This is a free download from the BBC. For more information, go to bbc.co.uk/podcasts.
Hello. Well done, you. You've downloaded episode number 72 of the Iainlee BBC Three Counties Radio podcast.
Can you just do that again, because I moved my microphone?
It's a weekly best-of. We get the best bits of the week and we put them into a podcast. I say we, Kelly Betts does it.
Here's Kath.
I'm trying to do a proper opening this week.
Really?
Coming up, you won't be hearing this. You won't be hearing this. But you will be hearing political reporter Paul Scoynes reciting... Thank you. You will be hearing political reporter Paul Scoynes reciting the lyrics to Margate by Chas and Dave.
Across beds, hearts and bucks.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
I'm going to blow the lot tomorrow on all my family. We'll catch the coach at 8. So don't be late. We're off to the sea. Hurry up, will you, Grandad? Come on, we're going down to Margate. And don't forget your buckets and spades, and cozzies and all. Down to Margate. We'll have a pill of jellied eels at the cockle stall. Down to Margate. We'll go to the pier, and we'll have a beer aside of the sea. You can keep the Costa Brava. I'm telling you, mate, I'd rather have a day down Margate with all my family.
More from Paul Scoynes later on, if you're naughty. Well, during the week, we get some of the craziest calls, don't we, guys?
Yeah. Oh, just reliving it.
Just think about some of the calls.
Oh, dear.
Well, one lunatic phoned up and said he thought that Catherine was fit.
Hey.
And that Elvis appeared in I'm a Celebrity or something. Anyway, let's have a listen and refresh our memories. Mark's in Hemel. Morning, Mark.
Hello, Ian, my friend. How are you?
Mark, we're not friends, just for legal reasons. I have to say that. If I agree to it, it means you can come round to my house for a slice of cake and a game on the Xbox. Mark, are you feeling the Blue Monday?
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. Yeah, I've just got a little I love the show, by the way.
Thank you very much indeed. It's good, isn't it?
Catherine, I think she sounds well tick and buff.
Ooh.
Now, any chance of a signed photograph?
Oh. I don't want to spoil the illusion.
Can we send him a car sticker or something?
What, of me?
Yes, please.
If you can see this, you're too close.
Have you ever seen Catherine?
I haven't, mate, no. I'm going by the voice.
Yeah, you know, fit on the phone, add 10 stone.
I've got a policeman friend that says that. Isn't that awful?
That's a lie, Mark. She's well buff.
Yeah,
she's tick and boom.
She is. I'm going to try something here. She's Butters.
No. Butters is not attractive.
Ugly.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Has she got dark hair, Ian?
Oh, this is horrible. Yes, OK, Catherine has got dark hair.
Right.
It's long.
She's got a very busy mouth. She's wearing a red, tight dress that's a little bit too short for her age.
Wow.
Right.
And she has drunk eyes. You still going for it?
Yeah, go on. I'll have the photo, mate, please, yeah.
We will make sure that never, ever happens. But, Mark, what have you called in about?
Right, OK, mate, yeah, just wanted to give the listeners a laugh.
You're right, Kath.
If you listen to
Hang on, are you laughing or crying?
A bit of both.
I need to know for my legal team.
A bit of both.
OK, right, I'll send them an email to expect a call. Yes, Mark, please.
Right, OK, yeah, if you listen to the start of Elvis's A Little Less Conversation, there's a drum beat in it right at the start, which sounds exactly the same as I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of It.
Well, by a strange coincidence, we have them both queued up. I don't know how. Let's have it. This is Elvis Presley. Hang on. Right, OK, that's the drum bit, is it? Well,
no,
obviously.
that's not the bit, no.
Oh, all
it's
right.
It's the remix one.
Oh,
it's the remix version.
This bit?
No, that's not the remix version.
Oh, we got...
There you go, no, keep playing it.
Oh, right. Oh, flipping heck, hang on a second. Right, here we go. Right, so... Here we go. This bit.
Keep playing.
Less conversation. What bit?
No, that's not the remix version. The one that was out about 5 or 6 years ago.
OK, Kelly, we got the remix version.
That one works.
All right, well, hang on, let's do it again, then we'll play the I'm a Celebrity. Let's see if that works. Hang on, here we go.
OK, mate.
Woo! Yeah! died on the toilet, you know.
What was he doing? Didn't he fall off?
Number 2. Right, OK. And then this is I'm a Celebrity.
I can see what he means.
But it's the wrong version. You need...
But I can't be
It's
bothered.
definitely the wrong version.
Shall I try and find it? The other one. Oh.
Yeah, please, because it's exactly the same.
You've calmed down now, Catherine.
Well, I just had a phone call from Walter on his way to work who says I'm shakalaka boom boom. That's going to put a spring in your step, isn't it?
Kelly, can I have the clip of Catherine saying I'm shakalaka boom boom, please?
Of course.
That's wonderful. Catherine, it's not often a woman of your age gets so many comps.
Wow, I know. I've got to take it where I can get it.
Yeah,
haven't I?
well, yeah, that's... have
Anyway,
you found...
let me find this thing. I can't do it all at the same time.
Justin, be with you in a sec.
Yeah, no worries,
oh,
boss.
Mark, hang on a second. Right.
All right, mate, my friend.
Mark, do you listen to Justin's show on a Saturday?
I have done, mate, yes, he does the cookery bit, doesn't he? Is that right?
He's really good.
We're trying to get... Listen, I want to big up Justin's show on a Saturday. Having worked here the last couple of Saturdays, this ghost town is haunted by the ghost of Justin Dealey. And I want to get some nice... Could you just say some nice things about it, Mark, so that we can use it as a little trail for Justin?
Sure, no problem.
Away you go.
Hello, listeners, it's Mark from Hemel. Good up for Justin, big up, big time. He's better than Gino De Campo.
He doesn't do... Do you do cooking, Justin? I've never listened.
No,
Right.
no.
This is what we had earlier,
sorry.
Just. This is from Dennis.
Saturday morning, listen to Justin Dealey, play some absolutely fantastic music.
OK. But he hasn't listened, though, if I'm completely honest.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I'm doing it. I really thought this would be an easy one. We get people to phone. Lots of nice texts.
Yeah.
Carol says, I listen to Justin every Saturday. I love it. I love his songs. Jane says, I love Justine's show. Saturday mornings. I listen every week. He plays great music.
I've been called far worse than Justin.
I know, and I apologise for that. I do apologise. But
How do you spell shakalaka boom boom? I'm just trying to save it.
SHACKAL
CK.
Shaka La ACKA boom boom.
I thought it was just boom shakalak.
Boom.
It's the most ridiculous conversation that Catherine.
That song's in if you want to just
All right,
zhuzh it
OK,
around.
we can do it now. So have a listen to this. So this is the remix of Elvis. Hang on, here we go. Is this the one, Mark?
Is this bit
Keep
going on?
playing it, keep playing it.
This bit?
It's coming up in a second.
Oh, OK, I see what you mean.
good's that?
Right, and there we go. At last, sing hosannas. After 10 minutes, we finally got to the meat of that meat and 2 veg sandwich.
It's the same drum beat, mate,
It's
isn't
the
it?
same drum bit I'm a Celebrity has stolen from a remix of Elvis Presley. Mark, thank you very much for that
Can
indeed.
I just say hello to all the lads at MC Luke?
No, you can't.
Stop
Because we couldn't play MC Solar, we played The Singing Nun. Kelly Betts thought it was brilliant.
Didn't.
She hated it. Got genuinely angry.
Mm.
But you have chosen a great song next, and I said, oh, Kelly Betts, her mind is going to be blown by this song.
You chose it. We started talking about French hip-hop of the 90s. We thought that might be a stretch too far, but this one is a crowd pleaser.
Okay.
Sell it to me.
Well...
We don't need to.
Should we have a listen? And then we'll get your reaction live straight after it.
Okay.
For those in the know, here's The Singing Nun.
Dominique et Nick s'en allaient tout simplement.
I'm sure this was a number 1 hit. Wasn't this number 1?
I think it was a kind of novelty hit. It's a serious religious song.
Kelly Betts, what is your problem?
Hell mess.
Fantastic. Great choice.
Très bien.
Très bien. We might play that again later on. Now, Kelly, you are genuinely... This isn't even radio put on, which we do sometimes. Sorry to let you into the little secret circle there. You were genuinely furious.
Yes.
Why?
How have you given that airtime?
It was a huge hit.
Well, for who?
For The Singing Nun.
How can you listen to that and not smile?
I feel angry inside.
Just imagine the poor person who's just getting up for his day at work and his alarm clock goes off and it's the radio alarm and that pipes in. How could you fail to spring out of bed, throw open the curtains and say, hello morning, bonjour?
In 1962, her album sold over 2 million copies.
It's a she. Wow.
It's a nun, because it's a she.
It's almost almost a song, but it isn't quite there yet.
Dominique.
Look, we need your help on this, dear listener. Can you call in? And did we do a boo-boo or did we do a juju? I don't know what the opposite of boo-boo. Did we do a good or a bad thing by playing that song? 08459 455 555.
We won't get any calls because everybody has either switched off or died.
No, we will get plenty of calls because that is target audience. That is.
That's target audience?
Yeah, really old people. 08459, love, 455 555. Did we do the right thing in playing the Singing Nun, or are you on the side of Kelly Betts and we did a mistake? Is Dealey around?
I'm just having a look.
She's too busy being furious.
She's genuinely furious.
Dealey's on fader 3.
Thank Justin.
Morning, boss.
The Singing Nun.
Classic.
There we
Absolute
go.
Classic. A US number 1.
Swearing is always wrong.
50 pence?
That's 50p.
Wow.
Worth it! Oh, it feels so good.
Wow.
That feels so good.
There is a swear box going around because we've decided we swear too much. Don't celebrate
I feel
your...
so happy.
The thing is, though, I mean, some of us really swear like that, and some of us just do the odd mild expletive, which, you know, in any other scenario would be absolutely fine.
Would
What?
you say those words in front of your children?
No, but there are lots of words I don't say in front of my children.
If you wouldn't say them on air, then they're going in there.
Oh.
I pointed to the book, or the swear book.
Well, we've got some cracking radio this week out of swear boxes. Have a listen to the best bits of it. Down, down. What fun! The swear box strikes again. Who's been caught this time with a potty mouth?
No, it's not. Kelly was trying to explain to me what a caller wanted to say, and I think when we're doing swearing, we have to be very careful.
Of course we do. Come on.
Kelly
careful.
said,
Young
he
ears.
says the C word isn't rude, and I said, what?
The one that rhymes with rap.
And I said that rap one again.
Yeah. So you said
and
it.
she said,
she
you
said
said
it.
it, yeah.
Yeah, you said it. Write it on the list.
No, that doesn't count.
That means you're only
I
one.
wasn't saying it to trick you. I was genuinely
The C word is
telling
different.
you.
I think it's universally acknowledged that the C word is the worst word in the world, and we're not talking about the one that rhymes with rap.
No, exactly.
So I needed to differentiate.
Yeah, well, you could have said, would you mean the one that rhymes with rap?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
oh, come on.
Put that down.
Come on.
You're one below Justin Dealey. That's incredible.
Yeah, and he did all this in the space of 5 minutes. Oh, come on.
Oh, poor Kelly Betts. Look, you could actually see her eyes kind of flicking as her brain is trying to build sentences without swears in.
She's just not talking this morning. She's just so quiet. Oh.
I'm really distracted as well. I made you all tea an hour ago and forgot to give it to you.
Yeah, you forgot to get caller up as well.
You forgot to get a guest up.
I forgot to get Johnny Milton Keynes, who I meant to get
and
up
Andrew
now.
Meisel, I had to get up.
Yeah.
But I think you might function on swear power.
Okay.
I think you might.
I think I do.
If you want to let some go, let some go.
I can't.
What are we going to do with the money? We were kind of jokingly saying yesterday we'd give it to a Tourette's charity. I don't know. Now, is that a sick... Would that be offensive to do that? Is that appropriate to do that? I don't quite know what we do with the money. Do we go for a slap-up meal at prisoners?
No, I think that would be wrong.
To go for what? To
We
give
need
it to
to do
charity?
something good with it. Something good needs to come out of our vulgar language.
we go for a slap-up meal at Dixie's, the classy fry-up. What's she singing about, Catherine? You speak foreign.
Yeah, she's talking
Jesus.
about how someone went from land to land talking about the good word of God.
Hey, it's a great story.
Please stop it. Stop it.
We're even harmonising now.
We must learn the words, Ian.
Okay, I tell you what we'll do. We'll do that. Let's print the words off after the show.
We do it now.
We'll have a little song sheet, and we'll have a little sing-song before. Yeah.
We could release it as a hit.
Look at Kelly. She's actually having to shove her fingers in her mouth to stop her from swearing. Can you believe this, Just?
There's another one for the choir.
Oh, that tune.
Isn't it? It's so joyous.
It's beautiful. Do you know what? Americans, they have got the best taste in music. That was a US number 1 back in the 1960s. They love it. We love it. Everyone loves it, apart from people who have got no taste in music.
This was number 1.
Somebody else must hate that song.
Nobody hates it.
They all love it.
This was number 1. You know, the Motown was happening when this was there. So this is as good as Marvin Gaye.
Absolutely, if not better.
Do you want a quick translation?
Yeah, I'd love one.
We need to know what we're singing when we eventually do. Dominica Nika Nika, over land he plods and sings a little song. Never asking for reward, he just talks about the Lord. He just talks
about the Lord.
At a time when Johnny Lackland over England was the king, Dominique was in the backland fighting sin like anything.
There you go.
Well, they've
you
even
see.
made it right.
Let's get the foreign words up. We'll have a little sing-song either before the end of today's show or tomorrow's show. Kels? Yeah, excellent stuff. Now, Justin!
Can we all dress up as nuns as well?
Kinky. Now, the reason we got you on, swear boxes. It's potty mouths we all have here in the team, and we've decided that for the rest of the week we're going to issue a 50p fine for every swear word. Now, by 6 o'clock this morning, you were £2 down.
Yep.
By 6:30, Catherine was £1.50 down, and I just spoke to a frustrating caller, and during the news, I'm now 50p down.
Do you know, I've been approached on the streets about this morning. People saying to me, "Are you broke already?" My bank manager, he's been on the phone. It's going to cost me a fortune this
Now,
week.
listen, be honest with me, Justin. How many swears have you done out and about this morning?
2. To myself.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that all?
That's all, yes.
Catherine, put two extra swears down for Just. He's up to £3 now.
Oh, dear, I'm disappointed.
Well, I don't think he's telling the complete truth, but we'll go along with it. We'll put those down. Kelly?
Ian?
Yes?
I've had 3 calls this morning.
Yeah.
Very offended that you're saying the word kids and not children. Kids are baby goats. And Joyce thinks the word kids should be added to the swear box.
Well, you're not put the word kids in a swear box. That's ridiculous, Joyce. And I don't have any evidence of these phone calls, Kelly, because none of them come on there. I think it's you just making it up because you can't swear.
Why would I make it up? I don't mind.
Because you've just written on my screen, this is a quote, "This has been my worst working day of my life so far."
But to be fair,
It has.
that's mostly because she can't swear.
I can't swear, and you keep playing the Nun song.
I hate to tell you this, but the next piece coming up.
Come on, you kids love it.
Yeah.
Just what you got for us?
I was going to say, the next piece coming up does actually contain the word kids, so apologies up front for that.
If you're late taking your kids to school, then you deserve to be hanged. No, sorry, not hanged, run over. No, sorry, not run over, fined. No, yes, fined. Well, that's what's happening at one school in Milton Keynes. Emerson Valley have written to parents saying they will be fined if their child misses registration 10 times in a 12-week period. I think it's a cracking idea. I spoke to Christine Hood, former secretary of the National Union of Teachers in Hertfordshire. She didn't necessarily agree.
Morning.
It sounds like a cracking idea to me. Was kids being late when you were teaching at school, was it a big problem?
No, it wasn't. We had 1 or 2 who were often late. I always remember one who cycled, and one of his excuses was the wind that was against him.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
But no, I don't think it's a good way to foster good relationship between school and parents at all.
Really, you think fining parents is a bad idea? What if it's obvious this school has a big problem with this, and if parents are allowing their kids to turn up late more
How old are these children?
9 years old.
Well, it's not parents allowing them, then, is it? It's a combination of problems, I would suspect.
What? Well, it's the parents' responsibility.
Yes. But it's got to be pinned down. Why are they being late? Are there logistical problems, having to drop another child off at a nearby school? Do they have to walk? What is the problem?
Well, hang on. If they have to walk, leave 10 minutes earlier.
Absolutely. Oh, yes, I agree.
There are solutions to all of these problems.
But I don't think fining them is the way to go about it. If there are persistent parents who's bringing their children late, call them in, sit down, discuss the issue. Don't fine them.
Oh, I bet some of these parents, though, are right. I don't want to say the word scum, but do you know what I mean? They don't give a monkey's about authority and about, it doesn't matter if Charlene's 10 minutes late for school, she's only going to miss registration. I think some of these parents don't realise how important it is.
Well, again, so bring them in and talk to them.
Some of them are too thick, aren't they?
No, I don't think that's a very nice way to talk about any parents.
But some of them are. Some of them have complete disrespect and disregard for the authority of the school. Otherwise, they wouldn't keep doing it.
Well, we don't know why they keep doing it. Bring them in and talk to them. Don't antagonise them. If they belong to the category, I'm not going to use those words which you used, but if they belong to those categories, it may well be that fining them, they wouldn't pay the fine, it would just go on and on and on. I mean, do you remember the instances a few years ago when a woman was sent to jail for her daughter truanting? It didn't solve any of the problems.
What can the school be doing, Christine, apart from getting them in and talking to them? What else could they be doing to help?
Well, I think that's what they've got to do, to find out what the problem is. I mean, do they even have an alarm clock? There's also...
no, Christine, come on.
You've got to find out what is causing the problem. Otherwise, that child is going to just end up as piggy in the middle between the school and the parent.
Well, if they're turning up late because they haven't got an alarm clock or because they have to walk, that's not a good enough reason.
So talk to them about it. Don't fine them.
But why should the school have to talk to them about it? It's the parents' responsibility to get their kids to school at time.
Themselves may well not have been brought up particularly well.
I can't imagine dropping my boy off late for school. And if I did, I would be so embarrassed and so apologetic.
Yeah, but without creeping, you're an intelligent, articulate chap.
Well, and that's the problem. These parents are thick. Not all of them, not all of them, just some of them.
So help them. I mean, one of the problems as well is the rather unnecessary emphasis that Ofsted puts upon punctuality and attendance.
It's not an unnecessary... You should turn up at time for school.
How late are we talking?
Well, I don't know, but they're missing registration, and it's happening more than 10 times in 12 weeks to get the fine.
Right, so once a week a child is late for registration.
Yeah.
How late? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour?
It's too late. 1 minute is too late. If school starts at 8:30, boom, you should be there at 25 past.
I think you've got to allow for traffic issues. I mean, this morning I drew the curtains, it was foggy.
Leave 20 minutes early then. That's what my mum used to do.
Do they have to wait for a partner to come home from a night shift if there are other children?
Tough. Sort it out. You've had kids. You should get your kids to school. Well, what excuse...
Of course you should.
Christine,
there are problems in life.
Christine, I couldn't turn up late, 15 minutes late. 10 times in 12 weeks here, I would get the sack whether my kids were poorly, whether my car had broken down, whether it was foggy. Once or twice, yeah, I could get away with it. But 10 times...
Well, it works out to less than once a week.
Which is unacceptable behaviour.
Well, I think it's unacceptable, but I don't think fining, particularly escalating the fine, is the way around it. I think you've got to sit down and talk about it.
Christine, always nice to have you on the show. Thank you very much. Christine Hood. I'm not saying all of the parents are thick. I would suspect that a percentage of the parents are thick. They haven't got an alarm clock. They're walking. Oh, it's a bit foggy. Oh, leave early. I'm getting angry about this. I've been quite calm. They haven't got an alarm clock. Everyone's got an alarm clock on their phone. That's no excuse. Go and buy an alarm clock for $3.99 from Argos. For good, don't put your pen and paper down.
I'm hovering over the swear box.
There will be no swearing. They've got to walk. Well, hang on. Work out how long it takes you to walk and leave 10 minutes early. Well, what do you think, Justin?
Yeah, hi mate. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you, Justin. What's your take on this?
Yeah, well, basically, I mean, the schools nowadays are run as clear as a business, aren't they? Really, I mean, they can't. The local authority give them lack of funds anyway to pay for additional staff and additional resources. They have to recoup the money somewhere along the line. However, just to go on the attendance a little bit more, is that also you're not taking into consideration the fact that you have young people that have emotional and behavioural difficulties, which is a bit of a concern. These young people are depressed in some way or another. So what you need to look at is taking into consideration these concerns.
Who's depressed?
Well, these young people. I mean, these young people are brought up with traumatic life issues. It's all learned behaviour, all these concerns. That's what we have to look at as well.
What traumatic? I'm slightly confused, Justin. What traumatic life? He's gone. Can we get him back? Because I'm confused slightly. He's dropped off. So let's try and get him back. Traumatic life issues. What? Sorry, we're talking about kids being late for school. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. 08459 455 555. We'll try and get Justin back, but he may have lost his signal, in which case we'll struggle. The more I think about this, the more this makes perfect sense. If the kids are late, and it's not if they're late 2 or 3 times, if they're late 10 times in 12 weeks, £60 fine. People are saying, it's a money-making scheme. Well, they're not, unless there are. Is he back? Okay. Unless there are 100 kids, Justin, you talk about it being a money-making scheme. Unless there's 100 kids doing it every term, they're not going to make that much money.
Well, possibly. I mean, the school get it in no other way.
But I'm confused about this. What traumatic situations are you talking about? What having to be punctual?
I mean, well, perhaps not just. Yeah, it's punctual, but however. These young people, have their life experiences are difficult.
No, it's not. They're kids. They go and get a mortgage. Go and worry about how you're going to feed your family. That's difficult. They're kids going to school. They're 9. Turn up at school on time.
And it's a good reply, but however, that's a completely different age group about mortgages, etc., isn't it?
Well, what trauma are 9-year-olds facing, Justin?
You could be looking at emotional abuse, physical abuse.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
Yeah, so we have to take it into consideration.
No, we don't. Justin, listen, the number of kids going to school who are facing emotional and physical abuse, it's too high, whatever the number is, but it ain't that many. And no, you listen, most of those kids, how can you blame punctuality, a huge punctuality problem, on emotional and physical abuse?
I'm hoping that the other, the callers that hopefully are on the line now will actually support that.
Support what? You've not said anything.
Yes,
The problem of punctuality at this school is because the children are physically and emotionally abused.
No, not necessarily.
That's what you just said.
High majority. There's a high majority of young people.
No, there's not. There's not, Justin.
Difficulties that are unrecognised.
Justin.
So if these learning difficulties are unrecognised, not met by the school, and then they'll be facing, a reluctancy to attend school. Because
You've just changed tack. You've gone from emotional and physical abuse to learning difficulties. Which one do you want to talk about?
Because they'll come hand in hand in one way or another.
So what are you saying? The majority of kids have got learning difficulties? The majority of kids are facing physical and emotional abuse? Because if that's what you're saying, Justin, that's complete and utter nonsense.
Young people with emotional behavioural difficulties and those with unrecognised moderate learning difficulties that are not being recognised on their own.
What's that got to do with kids coming into school late? Their parents are bringing them in.
Because it makes them reluctant to attend school, so the behaviour at home is bad.
So that's why they're late at school, because a significant portion of kids have got learning difficulties and are emotionally and physically abused.
Well, there's a majority of young people within the education system that aren't recognised and taken that into consideration.
So the majority of kids within the education system have learning difficulties and they are physically and emotionally abused. Is that what you're saying?
Equally saying...
Is that what you're saying, yes or no?
No, not at all.
So what are you saying? Put it in a sentence that I can understand.
That's because you're interrupting me. I agree with... there are percentage equally that where you get families that need that additional support to try and get their young people into...
How many kids are emotionally and physically abused and have got learning difficulties? That's the point I want to focus on.
I haven't got stats, unfortunately.
OK, so you're literally pulling figures out of the air, so you don't know?
I've not pulled a figure out of the air.
You keep saying majority, and I don't know what that's in reference to.
Yeah, well, I would love to have these figures. Actually, what I'll do, I'll get the figures for you.
Please do.
And I'll call in, and then I'll email you. It's no problem.
No, call in, because it'd be good to have a talk about this, and I appreciate you calling in. I'm just getting frustrated because what I've heard you say is the word majority in reference to kids who are physically, emotionally abused, and that's not the case. Thank God.
No, I think Well, I mean, the thing is that the way you're responding to me, which is quite frustrated. Can you imagine the young people that feel like that within education? They won't want to go to school.
What has a radio presenter on a local radio station got to do with the way kids are treated at school? I'm not a teacher.
Because it's about behaviours that aren't recognized.
Justin, I mean, if anybody could translate that... 08459 455 555. Was it... really? I was really trying to follow the thread of that. I was getting frustrated because he was saying one thing, then backing down from it.
Chazin, as in Chazin off of Chazin and Dave, he came on the show this week because he's playing at Sonisphere. And would you believe it? The last time he played at Sonisphere, Led Zeppelin headlined.
That's mental. That is incredible. 1979, he was supporting Led Zeppelin.
It's crazy. So we got Chazin on. I called Chazin. I said, Chazin, can you come on? He said, Watcha. All right, darling. How's it going? I put him through. This is what happened.
And if you listen carefully, you'll hear me and Chazin duetting on... That's what happens when two worlds collide.
What does happen when two worlds collide, though?
That.
Good morning, dear.
Morning, boss. How you doing? You all right?
I'm all right, mate, yeah.
What on earth is going on?
Well, we played the first one in 1979 when we supported Led Zeppelin.
Oh, what a gig. That must have been awesome.
And we went down well, so a return booking was expected.
40 years later, they finally made that return booking.
Yeah, I knew we'd get one.
You keep holding out. The thing about your music is that it kind of, because it's so hard to classify, it crosses every kind of musical spectrum, doesn't it?
Well, that's right. I remember somebody saying a few years ago, he said you could come on in the middle of a Pavarotti gig and go down a storm.
Yeah.
So I thought, yeah, it's just about right.
What was it like supporting Led Zeppelin, 79? They were huge.
Well, I just remember loads and loads of people. I can't remember seeing Led Zeppelin. I think we had to rush off and do a TV or something like that. But there was certainly a lot of people there.
Now, listen, we've been getting our political reporter, Paul Scoins, Chaz, to reinterpret some of your classic songs. Have a little listen to this and just give us your feedback afterwards.
Rabbit. Rabbit, 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 rabbit. You've got a beautiful chin. You've got beautiful skin. You've got a beautiful face. You've got taste. You've got beautiful eyes. You've got beautiful thighs. You've got a lot, without a doubt. But I'm thinking about blowing you out, because you won't stop talking. Why don't you give it a rest? You've got more rabbit than Sainsbury's. It's time you got it off your chest.
What do you reckon, Chaz?
Well, actually sounds like a bloke that's very much in love.
Listen, when you hear it like that, that is poetry.
Yeah, it certainly is, yeah. I mean, it is Shakespeare.
Let's not get carried away.
The man is very much in love. He doesn't really like to give all his heart away, but that's it. He is very much in love, and he's not going to blow the girl out at all.
How does it work? How does it work when you're writing songs? We know you just had a new album out, and we were playing That's What Happens When Two Worlds Collide. We've been playing that a lot on this show.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Oh, it's a pleasure. We it's a cracking song, cracking record. How does it work with the songwriting? Who does what?
Well, it varies. Sometimes we collaborate. Say with London Girls, that was a pure collaboration. With Ain't No Pleasing You, I wrote that one with Dave's approval. There's no rules, really.
Are you still enjoying it all this time later? Is it still fun?
Oh, most definitely. More fun. Keeps you fit, keeps your brain working. It gives you back what you put in it all those years.
And am I right? Have I got this right? That you were sampled by Eminem?
That's right. Yeah.
Did you get a few quid for that?
No, we didn't get a penny for it.
Really?
No.
Oh, I thought you'd have been quids in for something like that.
Well, we should have done. I would have thought, but we haven't received anything yet. I'll let you know if we do.
Chaz, you got any other gigs coming up? We're talking about Sonosphere. You always seem to be on tour, you two.
Well, our big one this year is we're topping the bill at the Albert Hall on the 25th of April.
Oh, that's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one, yeah.
Do you know what? I might speak to Garner and see if I can come down for that.
Yeah, definitely come down, mate. Yeah, probably. He'll stick you on the guest list.
Lovely. I'm going to have a little chat with Paul because it's been too long. Paul's Chaz's son-in-law, by the way. He's also a very good friend of mine. Chaz, finally, I'm surprised because last time we tried to get hold of you, you weren't awake at this time in the morning. And if I'm honest, we were kind of hoping that you'd sleep in and we get to speak to your missus again. Because she's brilliant, isn't she?
I know, I could have easily fixed that up. She's downstairs making a cup of tea.
How is she? Is she all right?
Yeah, she's great. Yeah.
Excellent stuff. We'll send her our love, Chaz. It's really nice to talk to you.
We'll do it.
And best luck with everything.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, my dears. There we go. Look at that. Isn't he? If you missed that, that's going to be in the podcast later. That's going to be in.
He's my favourite one.
Out of what? Chaz and Dave? You can't. We've never spoken to Dave. You can't say that.
That's mostly why he's my favourite, and his wife's lovely.
His wife is my favourite one out of Chaz and Dave. I think I just blagged myself on the guest list to Royal Albert Hall.
You just took yourself out of it.
I've been thinking about the podcast.
Yeah.
And say somebody downloads it, it's an hour. Say they get like half an hour, 40 minutes through.
Yeah.
And they think, oh, why should I listen? We should do like a coming up now.
Or we can say, you've been listening for half an hour. Haven't you got anything else to do?
Or we could be like, wow, well done, you've been listening for half an hour. That is so good. Come on, you can do the other half. Come on, we're rooting for you. Yeah, coming up, not this. Play something. Oh, no, because there probably is some of that.
Yeah, there'll be
coming up.
Coming up is Justin Dealey, sorry.
But we've got Friday stuff.
We haven't done Friday, it's Thursday.
Yeah. Who knows what's coming up then?
Exactly.
Oh, it's so exciting.
No, let's have Justin. Later on today, at 10 o'clock this morning, Catherine Boyle and myself will be giving a lecture to the broadcasters of the future. Is that just because they've been listening to us on Radio 4? Is that just because Jim Naughtie said no?
I think he's a very busy man.
Yep.
Yeah, he did.
Yep, he said no. OK, and they just round the corner from us. So we're going. The thing is, I'm looking forward to it. The thing is, got no idea what to say. No idea what to say at all. Now, Justin...
Morning, boss.
You must be jealous they didn't ask you.
No. I'm fine, I'm busy. I've got stuff to do.
What?
I'm a busy broadcaster, you know. I'm preparing for tomorrow, unlike you. Just saying.
You've been out... You wait till I speak to Maz. You've been out and about asking people what Catherine and I can talk about.
Yes, you're doing this speech on what makes great radio, aren't you?
Yeah, something like that.
At the University of Bedfordshire.
Yeah.
Well, Iain...
Looking forward to it.
Yes. I have actually been to the university this morning to see how preparations are going and to find out what people think makes great radio. I think you might enjoy this. Here's what happened. Listen to this. Alex, good morning. You are polishing the floors. Are you doing that because Iainlee is going to be here later on?
Who?
I'm here with one of the students, Simon. You're actually excited about seeing Iainlee, aren't you?
Yeah, a little bit. Used to listen to him all the time on the radio, but, you know, it'd be good to actually meet him. He's an interesting character.
What do you think makes great radio?
Good speaking voice. Good speaking voice and personality.
Gordon, Iainlee's going to be here later on. He is going to be talking to the students about what makes great radio, but he doesn't really know how to make great radio. So what do you think makes great radio yourself?
Relevance, to the point, being concise, and entertainment.
I'm now in the catering department. Madam, Iainlee's going to be here later.
Who is he? I'm normally Radio 1 myself.
Oh, right, OK. You look a bit too old for Radio 1.
Now you can go. See ya.
So, good morning. I'm here with the security man. Is security going to be tight today because Iainlee's going to be here?
No comment. I can't really talk about security issues or anything. You have to speak to my manager.
Is it going to be tight, yes or no?
I can't say anything. I can't comment on it.
Robert, good morning. Can I have some feedback on Iainlee, please?
He's a brilliant guy. He's funny. And he gives a lot of good advice.
When was the last piece of advice that he gave that you thought, wow, that's right up there?
The last piece of advice that I can remember was a couple of weeks back, which was, if in doubt, be yourself.
Yeah, good advice.
It is.
Just lastly, what do you think makes great radio?
Great tunes, great atmosphere, and also the right buzz, you know?
And Ian's got that buzz?
Oh, definitely. I mean, there's nothing more than just sitting down, having a good old, think, and just thinking, wow. We need more people like him out there.
Yes. He's definitely got the right radio station.
Yeah, trust me. I know.
Yeah, you see, Justin. You thought you were going to get loads of people knocking me.
No, not at all.
I have. This is what I'm famous for. Is my buzz.
Yeah.
I am famous for my buzz.
This is how. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And listen, you can't discuss the security details with the head of security. Written into my rider are very strict security plans that have to remain secret.
As he said, no comment.
What advice would you give to anyone wanting to get into radio, Just?
The advice that I would give would be to work very, very hard. That's the first thing. Okay. What are you laughing at? To work hard, and when you see the rule book, rip it up.
Rip it up! Yes. Now
Do
listen.
you remember when you told management you'd done that?
Yeah. They
What
loved
happened?
it. Well...
Was it gardening leave?
Yeah, it was... Yeah, let's not go there.
Let's not mention the suspension. Now, Justin, very quickly, you said that yesterday, during the day, you did no swears whatsoever.
Yes, that's true.
I don't believe you.
Maybe one or two.
Right, here we go. Get the pen out. How many are you going to give us?
2.
Oh, come on.
Let's say 15.
Look, at
If
the moment...
it's 2, it's 22. Come on.
Look, please. At the moment, I'm dealing with a property move, which involves estate agents. I'm going to be
And a lot of
swearing.
swearing.
Yes.
So shall we put you down for 10 swears yesterday?
No, 3.
8.
Oh, hang on, it's creeping up now.
8.
3 is fair.
I'll give you 7.
4.
6 and it's a deal.
5.
Let's shake hands on 5. Thank you very much, Justin. See you later.
Oh, thanks. Dear,
Ta-ta.
oh dear.
This is 5.
He's up to 30 swears now.
He's haggling with us.
This is him censoring
15 quid.
himself.
He's haggling. How many says? We're going to speak to Maz.
Maz
Dealey tomorrow.
I've been wanting to speak to Maz Dealey for a while.
I need to have a word.
I can't wait.
I need to have a word with Justin Dealey's mother, and tomorrow it could be the morning. By the way, if you want to follow Justin, you can do. He's a tall fella with bleached blonde hair, or you can follow him on Twitter. He's on Twitter now, jdeals30. He's been on there since 2011. He's only tweeted once. And the one tweet he tweeted was about watching a film on National Geographic.
He hadn't even watched it yet. He just said he was going to.
And someone pointed out that tweet was sent on a Valentine's Day. How romantic. Anyway, he's tweeted a load of old rubbish, and I bet by the end of the month he'll have lost his job at the BBC.
At Kelly Betts.
Luton Borough Council is backing calls for all police officers in Bedfordshire to wear body cameras. Well, on Wednesday, I spoke to Chief Superintendent Jim Saunders, who's heading up the body cam trial, to ask him how the trial was going and whether the cameras should be on all the time or should the police decide when to switch them on and off.
Well read.
I made that up.
Oh, wicked.
Some of it was read. Trust and faith in police, I would suggest, is at an all-time low. Is this trial, are these cameras going to change that, do you think?
Well, I think it would be fair to say that due to a lot of, certainly some national issues, yes, the confidence in the police has taken a knock. The body-worn video camera, I mean, just from a Bedfordshire police point of view, we've always been very supportive of the use of body-worn video, which is why we've been trying this. We actually started back in May 2013, actually looking at a camera. And then more formally, in November of 2013, we started testing 2 different types of camera out in Luton. We've got 6 cameras out there being tested. And we're looking also at the back office software around that. I mean, the bottom line is that, the feedback we get from officers, they're very happy to wear body-worn video. It gives them some protection. It helps them to record evidence. So there's some benefits there. From a public point of view, clearly, there is an issue with confidence, as we've just touched on. I think it's certainly going to help that. We mustn't hide the fact that, some officers, have been and are civil to members of the public.
Jim, how does this trial work? Do the police determine when they switch the cameras on and when they switch them off?
Well, this is one of the issues with it. Some people suggesting that we should be recording every single interaction, and in fact the camera should be on full time. That is not the view. The national guidance doesn't say that.
But then that's flawed, isn't it? If people aren't trusting the police and the police are deciding what they film and what they don't film, then that can't work, can it?
Well, on the other hand, as you've heard this morning from a number of your listeners there, do the majority of members of the public want every single interaction between a police officer and a member of the public?
You answered the question with the question, Jim. Go back to the question I put to you. If the police aren't trusted and they are deciding what they film and what they don't film, then it can't work.
I would disagree with that, because the alternative is, as you say, is that every single thing is recorded. Now, that raises another issue.
That's not the alternative. Another alternative would be the moment they start having contact with someone, they record it. So I see what you're doing. You're deflecting with another question. Just answer this, though, please, Jim. If the police aren't trusted, and if, as we know, the police have done some things that they would rather the public didn't know, if the police are deciding what they record and what they don't record, that just will not work, will it? That will not restore faith in the police service, and it will mean that corrupt officers can still be corrupt.
Well, no, as I say, I don't agree with that. Police officers, the vast majority of police officers are very hard-working, very efficient, loyal. And
I'm not denying that, but let's talk about Plebgate then. If the police cameras, if the police could have decided to film that or not film that, if they'd have filmed the whole incident, then we would know exactly what had happened. Instead, some police officers lied.
Well, a police officer who wasn't at the scene lied. There's no suggestion.
But if it had been filmed, we'd know.
No suggestion that the police officer involved in the incident actually lied.
But if it had been filmed, we would have known exactly what would have happened, and that police officer, his lie, we would have known he'd lied straight away.
Yeah, I agree. And the point there is that this equipment will allow you to record
if they choose to.
The question is, so let's take an example. If an officer goes to deal with a burglary at someone's house. So a member of public reporting that, does that member of public want the police officer coming into their house recording that interaction? I don't know if they do.
Well, have you asked anybody?
Well, no.
Well, then you have no idea, Jim, do you? You have no idea. Maybe you should conduct a survey and ask people.
Well, maybe we should, and maybe as you know, the point I'm making here, there's a.
I'm surprised you haven't. If you're heading up the body cam trial, I'm surprised you haven't spoken to the public and to victims of crime.
Well, we have consulted groups, our independent advisory group, for example.
Have they spoken to the public and victims of crime?
And if you let me finish, the evaluation is not yet complete.
So have they spoken
to testing the equipment?
Have they spoken? Have they spoken to the public and victims of crime?
If you just allow me to finish it.
If you can answer that question, we'll answer it.
That we are testing the cameras in terms of whether the cameras actually work properly, if the back office facilities work properly.
You made that point.
What we will
have
then
they
do,
spoken to the public and victims of crime?
Finish the question you're asking me.
Well, because you keep avoiding it, Jim. Just answer it.
I'm not avoiding it at all.
The question is, have you spoken to the public or victims of crime? Yes or no?
We of course, officers speak to members of the public and victims of crime every single day.
Jim, you're just being obtuse. In regards to the body cam trial, which you are heading up, have you spoken to the public or victims of crime regarding this specific trial? Yes or no?
We have not done a specific study.
There we go. That's all we wanted.
If you let me finish, we're involved in a national piece of work. We're also working with Cambridge University in terms of a study. So we haven't done it specifically yet, but we will be doing that.
To be honest, it sounds then you can't bring up examples of people who've had their houses burgled. Would they want their property filmed? You can't bring that up as a potential problem if you've not spoken to those people. And I would suggest if you're heading up,
I can, because I'm a member of the public the same as you
I would suggest if you're heading up, well, you're a chief superintendent, so you're going to come from the police point of view. I would suggest if you're heading up a body cam trial and you're going to use examples like that as to why police officers can choose what they film and what they don't film, I would suggest you go and talk to the public and victims of crime and get their opinion.
As I said, I'm not using that as an example of why I pose that as a question. Yeah, okay, and there's lots of other examples I could use in relation to that. So going back to the point here, we are trialling these cameras. We will consult with members of the public. We want to do what is right for the public, which is why we're actually looking at this equipment anyway. There are lots of benefits for the police and for the public. We know that, for example, we get reduced complaints of incivility, reduced complaints of inappropriate behaviour by police officers, but equally we get less assaults on police officers and we get better conviction rates at court because the evidence is already secured on the video. So we're not against this. We're actually pushing this.
Jim, we've got to end it there. Thank you very much indeed, Chief Superintendent Jim Saunders. Sorry to push you, Jim, but it does annoy me when people will fudge an answer. Just answer the question. And you did eventually. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. Dennis.
Good morning.
Oh.
Now then, you said that you have a job waking up in the morning.
I'm struggling at the moment, yeah.
Yes, well, I noticed yesterday in the paper someone has invented a small earplug which you stick in your ears. Nobody else can hear it, and it rings when you want it to ring. And it'll keep ringing until you're absolutely mad.
OK, what happens if it falls out in the night?
Well, it's somebody else's out of lines again, isn't it?
Well, then I wouldn't wake up.
Well, plug it in properly. Are you that desperate?
I can't sleep with something in my ear.
Oh, I see.
I tell you what you don't see anymore. You used to see this a lot, right, in the 70s and the 80s. You don't see this now. People with cotton wool in one ear. You don't, do you? And you used to see it all the time, quite often with kids, but often with adults as well. They have a bit of cotton wool in one ear.
No, well, my wife does wear earplugs, right, because I don't know why, because I don't have anything to do with her. She's in another room. And
people don't get earache anymore. I can't think, when was the last time I had earache? 1981.
Yeah.
When did you last have earache?
Can't remember that.
Have they cured earache? It's like they've got rid of polio in lots of countries. Have they got rid of earache? Have scientists gone so far as to completely remove earache as a major health problem? That's amazing if that's the case.
Well, I've not had earache since I was a little boy, and I'm quite an old boy now.
Catherine, when was the last time you had earache?
I had it a little while ago.
Oh.
I did.
Oh.
That's why I wear my own headphones now. I haven't had it since then.
How long ago?
Probably about a year ago.
OK, so you're the last recorded incident.
My daughter had it recently as well. She had an ear infection.
Bless you.
Bless you.
So, basically, the Boyle family have got manky ears, and you're the ones carrying on this disease. It has to exist, doesn't it? Because what is the disease? They haven't got rid of polio, have they? It's in Syria again. What's the disease they've got rid of? They've got rid of a disease. There's a disease.
They got rid of a few. Can you be a bit more specific?
Give me a disease they've got rid of, and I'll tell you a story about it.
Well, I would say the bubonic plague, but you hear about that coming back, don't you?
The plague exists in a park in California. That's a fact. They have found squirrels with the plague in a park in California. Just to warn you there, Dennis.
I'm not going, thank God.
Good. Don't eat the squirrels. What's the disease they've got rid of? 08459 455 555. Anyway, they can never get rid of this. Basically, they've got rid of a disease, okay, but they can't get rid of it because it has to exist in the atmosphere. So they have it in a jar in a laboratory somewhere, because if you completely eradicated it, the whole ecosystem of the planet would be screwed. I think you can say that. It would be out of balance. Am I making sense as what I'm saying?
You're making stuff up.
I'm not. This is a fact. Can we get if you're a scientist or
they don't listen to us.
A plagueologist, a diseaseologist, a doctor, give me a call. This is true. Let's say it was polio, although they've got polio in Syria now. But let's say they'd eradicated polio. They couldn't get rid of it completely. They have to have it in a jar in a laboratory, so it's still part of the ecosystem. That's a fact.
Why?
Because it would mess up the ecosystem if it didn't exist. It's there for a reason. It has to exist for a reason. This is not nonsense.
I thought they kept it so that if it comes back, they would be able to cure it again.
No. That's not.
If it's in a jar and it's been isolated, it's not running. You're already interfering with it.
It's in right. You're annoying me now because I know this is a fact.
You're annoying me. You're making things up.
Dennis, you're annoying me.
What's I remind you about? You're talking sense, for God's sake.
Oh, Dennis, you're
for a change.
You're unannoying me. Dennis, explain my point to the girls, please.
Right. We must have these things which attack us, right? We must have those because if we ever get to the state where there is no illness whatsoever, we'll die out.
I understand that, but if it's in a box somewhere, then it's not out there. We're not fighting it.
It's not in a box, Catherine. It would get out of a box. They've got holes in a jar.
They're keeping it so it keeps evolving.
Exactly.
Fighting it all the time.
Exactly, Dennis. I mean, I'm not listening to what you're saying, but I'm listening to the sounds. I'm listening to the sounds of what you're saying. Dennis, thank you very much indeed.
Yeah, hang on a minute, just a second. Asbestosis.
Yes, I've always got a serious
I'm
point.
sure that a hell of a lot of houses have got it. I've certainly had it in the garage. I had to take the lid off and saw some bit of asbestos. But I did it while it was wet.
Exactly.
But then I had the house years ago. The brickwork filled in, with something that pushed in there.
Okay.
As it was keeping place warm.
Yes.
Was the asbestos in that? A paste, or a fluff? I don't know. I'm probably breathing it all the time. And the other thing you said
Dennis
this morning...
can talk, can't he?
I know, man, alive.
Is it still going?
I'm not listening to the words, I'm just listening to the sound.
Yeah.
It's like
Sound
a
of
dolphin.
what?
Yes, exactly. Stay there, Dennis.
Why?
Because Nigel's called in. Nigel, can you fill in the blanks, please?
Smallpox is a disease that's been eradicated.
Smallpox, and they keep it in a jar, don't they, in a laboratory, so it's still part of the system.
I believe so, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Science Facts with Iainlee and Nigel.
I saw a thing on the telly the other day where it was a science programme and a farmer actually gave his child a dose of cowpox.
What? Obama?
A child actually gave his...
A farmer.
Oh.
Farmer gave his child a dose of cowpox.
Yeah.
To stop him from getting smallpox, because apparently if you've had cowpox, which isn't life-threatening, you then won't get smallpox.
But smallpox is eradicated.
Yeah.
And they keep it in a jar in a laboratory, so it's still part of the ecosystem.
To the best of my knowledge, yes.
Nigel, when did you get your doctorate?
I wish.
Oh, mate, no, Nigel, thank you very much indeed. Catherine, the apology, I think, should be a verbal one, but I will also accept a written one.
I still don't understand this idea of keeping it in a jar, because if you got rid of it, the world would collapse.
Yeah, you wouldn't, because it's really clever.
I think there might be more to it. That's all, rather than the BFG's wall full of dreams.
Dennis, thanks for calling.
A wall of disease.
Thanks for calling, Dennis.
Thank you very much for that.
Thanks, Dennis.
Thanks, Dennis.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Dennis. Thank you, Dennis.
Bye, Dennis.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Dennis. Bye.
Bye. Dennis, are you waving? Dennis,
Wee off.
Dennis, are you waving?
Wee off.
Bye-bye, Dennis.
Bye, Dennis.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Dennis out.
Oh, dear. I think he collapsed then. It was too much. But it's true. It's science fact, not science fiction. You right?
Oh, dear.
We get paid for this. We won't for much longer.
Every day's a school day on this programme, you noticed?
But it's a fact. Smallpox was exactly what I was thinking about. They've cured smallpox, but they have to keep it in a jar. Not a jam jar. They have to keep it in a jar so that it's part of the ecosystem.
But it's not part of the ecosystem if it's been isolated.
Well, it is, because it still exists on this planet. They could get rid of it. They could throw that jar away, not in Bromham.
If they binned the jar, would the ecosystem know?
Who am I talking to?
Yes. Well, it depends. You could, if you put it in a black bin, black bag.
You'd have to recycle.
You couldn't do that.
You couldn't do it in Bromham.
I said that 30 seconds ago.
Oh. It was a good joke.
First time around. Second time, not so strong. Robin's in Northampton. Morning, Robin.
Yeah, morning. Is it Ian?
Yes, is that Robin?
Yes, it is, yes.
Excellent stuff. Now, what can I do for you?
Yeah, I've just I heard it about 7:30. You sang that you played a song called Singing Nuns by Dominique.
Oh, yeah, we played, yes.
Yes, I just wanted to say how lovely it was.
Did you like it?
I did very much so.
This one?
No.
What? Wasn't this one? Is this not the one?
It's one called The Singing Nuns by Dominique.
Hang on a second. Here we go. Let me just get it up on the computer. Right. Was it this one? Was it this one?
No.
No. Hang on a second. Oh, yeah, I'm trying to think which song it would have been. Hang on. Was it this one?
No.
Hang on a second.
It's telling me to turn right.
Hang on a second.
Saturday morning, listen to Justin Dealey. He plays some absolutely fantastic music.
Don't you just love the Iainlee show?
Hang on.
Rabbit.
No.
Now, there's a word I don't understand.
Wasn't this, was it?
I hear it every day from my old man.
Robin?
Hello?
Was it this one?
Rhyming slang, but it ain't in no school book.
No. Hang on, it wouldn't have been this.
I'm not going to be made to look a fool.
No, hang on. Ah! Was it this?
Dominique,
Was it this one, Robin?
It was that one, yeah.
Yeah, well, fantastic. I'm glad you like this. I'm sorry, yes. We've had a lot of some good comps on this, some good feedback.
Yes, it's a lovely song. I've liked it for many, many years.
It's a great song. I'm thinking, there's a film about the Singing Nun. I'm going to get that this weekend. But also, I'm thinking about making this as the theme tune to the show.
It would be lovely, yes.
Wouldn't it be nice?
Yes.
We might, Robin, thank you very much for the call. We might try this next week as the theme tune to the show.
I'm for that, yes.
It's better than this kind of stuff.
Hang on.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Could we not do a mash-up?
Mash it up one time. Might get working on that, please, boss. Get working on that, please, boss. Now, it's been a busy week here at BBC Three Counties Radio. We are trying to up our game a little bit. Trying to up our game. Standards have slipped, dear listener, in more ways than one. But the one way that we can focus on immediately is the language. The language that is used. Lots of potty mouths on the breakfast crew. That make me say it. So we've decided this week, and at 9 o'clock it ends, so boy oh boy.
Woo!
It's going to be blue. The air will be blue. We've decided to have a swear box this week. And we've argued about some of the swears that we can and can't use. I think well,
I think you're counting mine, and mine aren't 50p, mine are 25p.
There are no
push.
There are no degrees of. There are no degrees.
I might as well have just said the worst word in the world then, rather than the really mildest swear
That's
word
what
in the
I
world.
She did. Well, one of the worst offenders, it turns out, is Justin Dealey.
Morning, boss.
Good morning, Justin. Now, you have got a very, very potty mouth. How many swears did you do yesterday?
Probably about, 7 or 8?
Oh, it's gone up. All right, it's gone up more because he knows he's on the other line. First of all, we were told none.
Yeah.
And then Kelly outed you with 4.
Yeah.
And now you're saying 7 or 8. So what, the other 4 were at home, were they?
I think so, yes. It's a difficult time in my life right now.
Don't give me that nonsense. So the other 4 were at home?
Yes.
You're saying it's only 4?
Only 4, yes.
Did you see anybody yesterday?
No. What I did yesterday, I deliberately went somewhere to sleep so I couldn't swear. I was on my own, and I thought if I'm going to be on my own, I can only swear at myself, and that's not going to happen because I'm not quite that insane just yet.
OK, now on Tuesday, I believe there were 10 swears over an egg roll with your mum.
I believe so, yes. But as I mentioned to you again, it's a difficult period. I'm dealing with solicitors and estate agents.
Okay.
They make you swear.
You're saying it was only 10 swears that day?
I think so, yes.
Over an egg roll?
Yes.
OK. Shall we ask your mum?
Go on, then.
Maz Daly's on the line. Morning, Maz.
Good morning, Ian.
Thank you so... You sound quite posh.
Oh.
You sound really posh. Maz, where did it all go wrong?
No, I have a wonderful son.
Really?
Absolutely wonderful.
Let's get a few things straight, OK?
Mm-hmm.
On Tuesday, he claims that he swore 10 times over an egg roll.
No, not aware of that at all. No, not my son.
She's covering for him.
This is awful, Maz. Listen,
She's immune to swearing.
if he's
Just stick to the script, OK?
if he's going to improve as a human being, Maz, you need to kind of just step away and let him defend himself. How many swears does he do on a normal day?
1.
Now, I'm so disappointed in you, Mrs. Dealey. I'm so disappointed. Listen.
Mum, you can be honest. Go on, you can be honest.
Well, I didn't bring you up to swear, did I?
Yeah, but Mum, you know what's going on right now. Estate agents, solicitors, they make me angry, don't they? Come on.
Yes, you're very stressful at the moment, yes.
So where does he get this potty mouth from then, Matt? If it's not you, is it his dad?
Oh, no, definitely not. I've no idea. Perhaps it's working at 3 counties.
Listen, we know Justin Dealey. He's a little bit of a character. He's a little bit way, a little bit woe. What's he like at home? What's Justin like when he's on his own and he's nice and relaxed?
Very quiet and a lovely son.
Oh, that's so sweet that you'll defend him, even in the face of the fact we know he's completely the opposite to what you're saying.
Really? Is he?
Oh, Maz, can I be honest with you?
Yes.
He is filthy. I don't want to be rude about your boy because I know every mother will protect their son. He is filthy.
Dear, I'm really surprised.
That's it. That's your lot. Thank you for downloading. If you want to send me an email, you can. Bye. Great rehearsal, guys. Let's do one for real.
Thanks for listening to this free download from BBC Three Counties Radio, your local radio station for beds, hearts and bucks, on FM, AM, digital radio, and online at bbc.co.uk/3counties.